Um, had there been these horrible things and had there been these horrible text messages,
Blake Lively was arrested. Let that sink in. The beloved actress, known for her vibrant social media and philanthropic endeavors, found herself in police custody after an alleged physical confrontation with Justin Baldoni. The incident spiraled out of control so rapidly that law enforcement intervention became necessary, shattering her carefully curated image and sending shockwaves through Hollywood. Fans are still reeling, struggling to reconcile this public scandal with the sunny, positive persona Lively has projected for years. This wasn't a PR stunt, it was a real-world clash that no one saw coming, turning two celebrated figures into central characters in a high-profile legal drama that continues to unfold, revealing layer after layer of unexpected tension and conflict.
Frank, if it were not for women giving me direct feedback in my own personal life and being a man who was...
But here's the shocking twist that flips the narrative. It was Justin Baldoni, not Lively, who initiated the lawsuit. While initial rumors painted a different picture, legal filings reveal Baldoni was the one to seek formal recourse, framing the escalating conflict with a perspective that sharply contrasts with Lively's public narrative. This wasn't a simple disagreement. The situation carried profound emotional and reputational stakes, compelling him to pursue legal action rather than attempt a quiet resolution through personal conversations. His decision signaled that this conflict had reached an undeniable breaking point, requiring official intervention to bring any hope of closure. It challenges the immediate assumptions many had made about the unfolding drama.
To them, there's no chance that I would be having this conversation. So the message, to answer your question, the message is very simple. As men, we...
The legal documents detail a private conversation between the two stars that reportedly escalated to a shocking degree, culminating in a physical confrontation. This explosive encounter became the tipping point, prompting immediate law enforcement intervention and ultimately leading to Lively's arrest. The dispute suddenly exploded beyond their private lives, far beyond Lively's usual public space of warmth and humor. It's a stark departure from the carefully managed interactions expected from such high-profile figures, pulling back the curtain on a hidden struggle that had been festering unseen until it erupted dramatically into the public eye, demanding an urgent official response.
Alleging them of libel.
This wasn't just about a heated moment. The filing reveals the conflict was fueled by underlying stress and cumulative pressures that had been quietly building for some time. These tensions were potentially tied to overlapping creative or philanthropic pursuits, areas where both Baldoni and Lively are renowned. What was once meant to foster collaboration and mutual respect seemingly morphed into a breeding ground for discord, leading to an open clash that brought long-standing issues to the surface. It suggests a complex interplay of personal investments and professional aspirations that somehow collided, transforming what should have been a partnership into an unforeseen legal battle that stunned observers. Throughout this tumultuous ordeal, Justin Baldoni's response, as meticulously detailed in the legal documents, has remained strikingly composed. He maintained his trademark calm, even as the severity of the situation deepened. His commitment to de-escalating the scenario, rather than inflaming it with public statements or personal attacks, stands in sharp contrast to the chaos. The language of his lawsuit mirrors the empathetic tone he has consistently demonstrated throughout his career, reflecting profound regret that tensions reached a point where personal well-being and professional reputations were severely at risk, underscoring his desire for a resolution rooted in civility and ethical boundaries. Blake Lively, on the other hand, faces intense scrutiny as the focus shifts to the outcome of this legal battle. Previously celebrated for her witty social media posts, public advocacy, and approachable on-screen persona, her silence on the incident is deafening. She has yet to publicly comment, a decision that sharply clashes with the upbeat, open public image she typically projects. While fans speculate about her chosen strategy, this uncharacteristic quiet leaves a conspicuous gap in the narrative, allowing the legal filings to largely dictate the public's understanding of events, and leaving many wondering how she will eventually respond to such grave accusations, given her history of turning serious issues into lighthearted moments. Sources referenced in the legal filings hint at noticeable changes in Lively's demeanor during private exchanges with Baldoni, highlighting a profound breakdown in communication. This shift in her usual approachable persona suggested underlying issues that gradually eroded their ability to resolve disputes through ordinary dialogue. The documents suggest that by the time authorities intervened, the situation had crossed a critical threshold. moving beyond simple disagreements to a point where neutrality could no longer be maintained, marking a significant and troubling departure from her long-established patterns of interaction and setting the stage for the dramatic intervention that followed. The root of this clash appears to extend far beyond a typical industry spat, with the filing suggesting that tension had been building for some time, potentially linked to overlapping creative or philanthropic pursuits. Both Baldoni and Lively are well known for their charitable efforts, which ordinarily foster collaboration and mutual respect. This shared commitment to humanitarian causes makes the sudden confrontation, escalating to law enforcement involvement, a stark and bewildering departure from their usual personas. It raises questions about how such positive endeavors could inadvertently become the catalyst for such a deeply personal and public conflict, challenging assumptions about their professional relationship. Baldoni's primary goal, as emphasized in the filing, is not revenge, but to safeguard his reputation while ensuring Blake Lively is not unfairly portrayed as the villain. He is seeking compensation for disruptions caused by the incident, including interference with professional commitments and the looming threat of damage to his public image. The legal documents underscore his commitment to fair proceedings, highlighting a focus on empathy, accountability, and growth. His motivation, it seems, stems not from anger, but from a genuine desire to restore balance and integrity in both his personal and professional life, even under extraordinary pressure. A recurring theme in the legal filing is the very real impact of reputational harm, noting how swiftly negative public attention can overshadow years of philanthropic efforts and creative achievements. Baldoni's history of positive initiatives and his calls for open, honest dialogue stand in sharp contrast to the charged circumstances described. The document highlights the broader implications for personal relationships and the platforms he has cultivated to promote constructive conversation, emphasizing that even well-established positive images can be rapidly tarnished by high-profile conflicts, posing a significant threat to long-term professional and charitable endeavors built over a lifetime of work. The long-term repercussions of this dispute are a significant concern, illustrating Baldoni's careful consideration of the consequences. The filing underscores potential long-term effects on partnerships, brand collaborations, and overall trust within the entertainment industry. Beyond immediate emotional fallout, there are tangible practical consequences that could influence future projects, charitable initiatives, and opportunities tied to each individual's public image. This deep concern reveals a mature approach to navigating a crisis, focusing on responsible resolution that maintains dignity and protects the integrity of both professional and philanthropic commitments amidst an unprecedented public controversy. Observers have expressed particular shock over Lively's arrest, given her prior record showed no indications of disruptive or confrontational behavior. This absence of any history of problematic conduct further intensifies public curiosity and scrutiny. The situation represents a complete turn from what anyone could have anticipated, with multiple factors colliding simultaneously and catching everyone off guard. It raises serious questions about the pressures inherent in high-profile careers and how personal differences intensified under the strain of overlapping schedules and commitments can push even seemingly stable individuals to a dramatic breaking point that defies all expectations. Baldoni's meticulous approach to documenting the incident and collaborating closely with authorities from the outset demonstrates a steadfast commitment to transparency. He provided comprehensive information and documentation, underscoring his understanding of the gravity of the events, without unnecessarily escalating tensions through public spectacle. This adherence to proper procedures and his composed demeanor throughout reflect the positive values he consistently promotes in public discussions, showcasing a strong commitment to handling matters responsibly and ethically, even when faced with extreme provocation, setting a clear example of how to navigate a personal crisis through legal channels. The filing indicates that miscommunication and mounting frustration escalated to the point where neutrality could no longer be maintained. By the time authorities intervened, the situation had crossed a critical threshold that necessitated legal action. It wasn't a snap decision, but a culmination of unresolved issues that transformed a private disagreement into a public legal battle. This progression highlights the dangers of unaddressed tensions between high-profile figures, where personal dynamics are magnified by public scrutiny, leading to severe consequences when dialogue fails and emotions spill over into actions requiring official intervention. This entire episode has left their fanbase stunned, as both celebrities had previously cultivated careers characterized by overwhelmingly positive headlines, impactful charitable initiatives, and lighthearted public moments. The sudden dramatic turn toward public scandal is all the more shocking, precisely because it deviates so sharply from their established public personas. Fans are grappling with the apparent contradiction, struggling to understand how two figures admired for their positivity could descend into such a high-profile, deeply contentious conflict, challenging the very foundation of their public images and leaving many feeling bewildered and disappointed by the unfolding events. According to the official complaint, Blake Lively's actions reportedly shattered trust and professional goodwill. This is a particularly damaging claim as it sharply contrasts with her traditionally well-regarded public image, built on a foundation of approachability and collaborative spirit. The allegations raise significant questions about whether she will offer an apology, dispute the details, or present her own explanation of events if the matter proceeds to court. The erosion of trust in the entertainment industry can have long-lasting repercussions, impacting future collaborations and opportunities, highlighting the immense stakes involved in these types of high-profile disputes. The incident's implications extend far beyond the two individuals involved. Industry insiders note that personal conflicts at this level can severely disrupt scheduling, affect brand deals, and complicate ongoing charitable projects. Agents, managers, and collaborators may hesitate to make major decisions until the situation stabilizes, wary of committing resources amid ongoing uncertainty. This ripple effect underscores the interconnectedness of high-profile careers, where private disagreements can have broad, tangible consequences across an entire industry, demonstrating how personal behavior directly impacts professional stability and collaborative potential for numerous stakeholders, far beyond the initial parties. Crucially, the filing highlights that their extensive involvement in philanthropic efforts could be disrupted, potentially affecting causes that rely heavily on their support. This adds an extra layer of urgency to resolving the conflict quickly, not only for their own reputations, but more significantly for the communities and initiatives that benefit from their charitable work. The potential harm to humanitarian causes casts a somber shadow over the dispute, transforming a personal conflict into a matter with broader societal implications, urging for a swift and equitable resolution to protect the vulnerable beneficiaries of their once shared commitment to good. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni maintains a steady public presence, appearing largely unaffected by the controversy surrounding him. His digital content continues to focus on mindful living, charitable updates, and creative collaborations, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to preserving his professional and philanthropic endeavors. This consistent approach contrasts sharply with the weight of the allegations detailed in the filing, underscoring his interest in maintaining the positive aspects of his public persona while addressing the dispute through legal channels rather than engaging in prolonged public drama, a strategic choice to uphold integrity amidst the turmoil. As for how Blake Lively will respond to the lawsuit, that question remains unanswered in the materials currently available. While past interviews have shown her talent for turning serious issues into lighthearted moments, the sheer severity of this dispute appears to limit her ability to engage with fans in her usual playful manner. Sources close to her, referenced in the filing, have not made public statements, leading many to believe that any official response may not emerge until the legal proceedings advance further, keeping the public in suspense and allowing speculation to swirl, shaping an incomplete and rapidly evolving narrative. Some parts of the filing hint at the possibility of a negotiated settlement, suggesting private mediation could be on the table, though no formal timeline has been provided. This prospect offers a glimmer of hope for a resolution that might avoid the full spectacle of a public trial, potentially preserving some semblance of their professional relationships and mitigating further reputational damage for both parties. However, the entire process remains under intense public scrutiny, and any private discussions would undoubtedly occur against the backdrop of an already highly visible controversy, requiring delicate handling to navigate a path towards closure. Ultimately, this incident serves as a stark reminder that even widely admired figures can face rapid and unforeseen escalation of private disputes. It powerfully highlights the fragility of carefully crafted public images, demonstrating how quickly years of positive perception can be challenged by intense personal and professional conflicts behind the scenes. Baldoni's measured communication and adherence to legal channels stand in sharp contrast to the chaos surrounding Lively, offering insight into maintaining integrity under extraordinary pressure. The path to repairing trust and reputation for both stars will be long, complex, and closely watched, revealing just how unpredictable even seemingly stable high-profile lives can become.